All right, Ronnie Olson of the Shady Spring Tigers. Ronnie, obviously a good victory for you tonight. I know I kind of wore you out there. It wasn't pretty though. I mean, both teams seemed to struggle today. Is that just the matchup?
That's a state tournament game. I mean, that's a state championship game. None of our state tournament.
None of them are pretty.
None of our state championships, win or loss, have been pretty. They've been pretty in the exit, as far as the conclusion, but they haven't been pretty in a game to watch. And this was the same way. We had spurts just like we did in the state championship games before that. We looked good, and then we had we knew it was going to be a grinded out game. They're a super efficient defensive team. Obviously, I don't have to say this. He's a great coach. He is a great coach. It's pretty cool to have the relationship I have with Coach Retton now. From where we was when I first started. He's been there for 30 years. And I was hoping I'd get my program where his is. So I'm happy with the grinded out style tonight to win the game, because we put 60 points up to only have 16 at halftime, to put up 62.
And three's probably a season low for a quarter, isn't it?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And that was had a lot to do with Fairmont Senior's freaking defense, the way that they played. So that's a lot of them.
Well, they had two in the first, so
and we traded blows. I told the guys at halftime, we did it to them and they did it to us. Now, how are you going to react, and what are we going to do in the second half? And we did a great job executing and going downhill.
Two things in the second half. I thought maybe Kai's third quarter, where he had 11 points, a three, and he really took the ball to the hole as well as I've seen. I think you said all year you want him to start taking the ball, but it seemed like to the left. It seemed like those 11 points in that run right there might have been a season-defining type of thing, because this is how we can win, and this is how we can beat good teams.
Yeah, I mean, you got to pick and choose your poison, and I think Kai, with his injury early in the year, I compared it to a guy that's getting older and can't move as well, but they still a really good player, and they adjust his game. That's what Kai did. He had to be a facilitator. I made fun of him a little bit, and I called him Draymond Green. What he did for the Golden State Warriors when they won all those state championships, and he rebounded, and he was, you'd see Draymond Green dribbling to just pass the ball instead of shooting. But now Kai's body has started to catch up, and he's feeling better. Praise the Lord on that. We've had a lot of prayers, and for him to be able to get back to where he was as far as body-wise and getting in shape, I think now that he's playing the beginning of the year, I think it's a good pace for him. He's going downhill, and he's looking to score and facilitate.
Another thing, Jack Williams down the stretch at the line against Fairmont. Familiar?
It was, it's a sweet song, and I like to hear it over and over again. This isn't a state championship win, but I tell my guys, you want to enjoy it and embrace the time that you have, and we want to enjoy it today. And for him to come down and knock free throws like that down, because we haven't been great from the free throw line, and Jalen did too there.
Well, he won the title. I mean, he had the game-winning. He's just about done it all.
Yeah.
And your three seniors all had they kind of stepped up and Eli Sexton played well too as a freshman.
Yeah.
But I thought those three seniors just really stepped up and kind of took charge.
Yeah, they did it in spots. You talked about,
different runs.
I mean, Eli Sexton, he did it in the first quarter. I know we look back at Kai's third quarter, and we look at Jack's and Jalen's, but I mean, Eli stepped up there in the first quarter and scored a bunch and gave us some buckets to the holes. He took a charge, and Kai has some game-winning rebounds. I just felt like overall that was a team win. So all six of those guys, are contributors, and I know sometimes they feel like it's more than the other, but we can't win without those six guys. So that's what a good team does. One quarter, someone steps up, another one, and we did. So I was happy with it. That's a state tournament field game. That's a state championship style game. I don't want to play them again. I don't. They're a good team, and they're tough.
They had cut it to 6 at one point. They made a corner three, and then I think it was a delay of game warning tech.
Yeah.
So, and that was Trey Cumberland, I think, his 5th foul.
Yeah.
How big was that situation right there?
I mean, obviously it was big because they cut it to 6. How much time was left? 4 minutes? 2 minutes?
2:53 maybe?
I felt like we didn't do a great job of handling pressure there towards the end at times, but I felt like we'd be able to salt the game away, taking care of the ball. But the delay of game was tough because that stops our break. We like to push the ball on the fast break. So and for Jackie to step up and make both free throws. And did we score on that possession coming out?
Well, Jack hit 2 free.
Did
He
we
hit 2
score on
free.
that ensuing possession after he hit the 2 free throws because we got the ball on the side? I can't remember.
I'd have to look at the game
I think we
notes
did. I think we did.
And then he took 2 free throws
Yeah.
on the next possession too, kind of.
Yeah, that's a big point in the game. But you work hard to be in those positions in the fourth quarter. And we work hard to be up 6. If you'd have told me I was up 6 with 2 minutes left, I'd have been happy. Regardless of the outcome. So I knew it was going to be a grind out game, and this was a game that our guys wanted to show people that this was a big game. I know people talk about the Woodrow game, but for us in our classification, this has been who we've been for the last 5 years, and we're going to go up there again next year. And as long as him and I are coaching, we're going to continue to play this game.
Hey, if you can get Fairmont to come down here again, or you can go up there,
Yeah.
and I can travel, or you can play Woodrow again. People like those kind of games,
Yeah, and that's why we schedule them. And that's what I told my guys before the game. I was even telling my freshmen, I was like, this we schedule these games for a reason, because you want to see what you're made of. You want to see if you can run the gauntlet and win a regional and go to the state tournament and win 1 or 2 games. These are games you're going to have to win. These are type of games you're going to have to win, when you execute and have to take care of the ball. So, my guys played really good. Man, they played so hard tonight, and they left everything on the floor. And, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't pretty. But in the end, we won, and we won by double figures, and I'm happy with that.
Can you keep the snow away now next week so we can play more
I
ball?
know what they're calling for, and I've been so busy I haven't even got to keep up with it. But
You might not want to look.
Yeah, well, we got a big week,
Right.
as far as regional season is concerned.
Well, you got Greenbrier East, and who else?
I know next week we got Tuesday we have
Pikeview.
Pikeview. Then we have Sissonville at home on Wednesday. Then we senior night we have Princeton on Friday.
So those are going to be some good key games for you going down the stretch.
Heck yeah, they
All
are.
right, Ronnie, always appreciate
Thanks,
your time.
Dave. Appreciate it.